So next we have Claudine Jones, who's going to come up and talk to us about her passion for top quality education and local schools at heart and the programs that she started to help with that. Claudine?
Wow, how do you follow someone like that?
Thank you.
That's why I love education. So my name is Claudine Jones, and I've been a Carlsbad resident for over a decade. I have 2 school-age children, one at Kelly Elementary and one at Valley Middle School, and a wonderful husband. First, before I forget, I want to thank Debbie Fountain and Courtney Enriquez and the whole Neighborhood Services team who asked me here today. This event is truly one of a kind, and we are so fortunate to live in a city where empowering neighborhoods is a priority. I'd also like to thank our mayor and the city council for supporting this initiative. Our city will only be stronger as a result of it. So I was asked here today to talk about my passion, public education, and a project that I helped start called I Heart Carlsbad Schools. And that's what this button is for. So raise your hand if in moving to Carlsbad, our schools played a role in where you purchased your home. Raise your hand. Thank you. Now raise your hand if you've ever witnessed a child learn something new. Right. And to be there and see that moment when they really get it. There's nothing better in my mind than that moment. The clarity, the understanding, their sense of accomplishment, that I got it smile. That's what drives my deep and personal commitment to public education. I get chills when I go into our classrooms and kids have their arms stretched high, aching to give their teachers an answer to a question, teams of students building something in a science lab that they're excitedly standing back, waiting to press go on their creation. It's just been an amazing journey. My goal has always been to make school fun, worthwhile, challenging, and engaging. Unfortunately, there's never enough money in education to realize all that everyone who's in education wants to accomplish. This presents both a frustration and a challenge. Me personally, I tend to focus on the challenge part, identifying a need, finding a solution, and making it happen. And here's why. Because when your dreams for something outsize your resources, real magic can happen. In 2008, at the height of the Great Recession, the state's cut to our schools were causing financial hemorrhaging on average of $5 to $10 million a year. I remember sitting in the audience of a board meeting, watching slide after slide of financial trend graphs that looked just upside down. Now this is where the challenge really started. I was sitting next to a mom who introduced herself to me that night. We were both shocked at what we were seeing. We talked for a while after the meeting and quickly decided we had to do something. Things were going the wrong way and our kids would suffer. So we exchanged contact information and made a promise to get in touch. The next phone call we made led to an idea of a meeting in Calavera Hills Park. We thought if we did it at Calavera Hills Park, our kids could play on the beautiful park, and the adults could focus on the business at hand. We blanketed our email contact lists to invite everybody to join us at a meeting in Calavera Hills to just brainstorm. What could we do to help our schools? Every idea we captured, no matter how big, how small, we just wanted the ideas. Then, we divided the ideas up into what were becoming emerging categories. And then we sought out volunteers, those lucky folks who were at the park that day. We said, you take these ideas a step further. See what bubbles up, what can we do to make a difference for our schools. Prior to that, really, the challenge was just making sure we would have people show up. And much to our surprise that day, on that beautiful Sunday in Carlsbad, we had, I think, 25 to 30 people. We had parents, future, I think at that point, Lorraine Wood showed up, future council members, teachers, neighbors, city workers. We just really could not believe it. The idea exchange that day was powerful. With that divided list, We had our volunteers commit to come back the next month on a Sunday and present the ideas that they had gathered and the information. We also had a commitment from a wonderful volunteer to start a blog, create a social media site for us on Facebook and Twitter. We use those sites to post information about ongoing financial situation, education news, and also to communicate about what we were discussing in our meetings. We hashed out a small mission statement, and off we went. I Heart Carlsbad Schools was the brainchild of one of those meetings. So who in here has attended a restaurant night to support your school or church or whatever organizes a restaurant night? Yes. And for those of you who don't know, a restaurant night is where, in this case, a school can partner with a local restaurant or business to drive business to their enterprise on an off night, so like a Tuesday night. And in return for our schools driving business to that business, they donate back a portion of their proceeds or their sales. So the concept of I Heart Carlsbad Schools Week was like that, but on steroids. It was. Our volunteers decided to make this event a whole week. We decided to get as many businesses involved as we could, and not just limited to restaurants. We approached auto repair shops, realtors, jewelry stores, theaters. New Village Arts stepped up for us. We even had one restaurant, Senor Grubby's in downtown in the Village, tell us they'd be willing to create a burrito called I Heart Carlsbad Schools Burrito, and for every one, they'd give $1 back to our schools. We sold a ton. It was great. Now, our little group was not a 501c3. We had no nonprofit status, so we knew we had to find a partner to help us out, to handle the financial aspects. So our volunteers met with our wonderful Carlsbad Educational Foundation, who graciously, again, stepped up to team up with us. They not only helped us with our finances, they helped us promote the event. They asked many of their partners to participate in the event and just proved their thorough commitment to supporting our schools. Now that we had the big pieces in place, we needed our families to show up for the event because we promised these businesses and partners that we would bring families in Carlsbad to your businesses and participate. We made these buttons. We passed out flyers. We posted on social media. We reached out to City Council. We invited both the City Council and the school board to take a week off in the kitchen, go eat out, enjoy. We presented at the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce breakfast at one of their networking events. We made a connection to the local Carlsbad blogger group called San Diego Bargain Mama. Stacy Ross helped us create a virtual button that went on our website, and when you click on it, you were redirected to the site advertising the businesses, which was just amazing. It grew organically, and it was really incredible. Having all of these partners step up, help with ideas to further promote the idea or make it better was truly, truly humbling. We had timed the week of the event to coincide with the big Carlsbad Educational Foundation event, Celebrate Carlsbad Day at Legoland, which is actually coming up, and I'm sure Patty Johnson out in the hallway will tell you when that is. So the goal was to get everybody to eat out, shop, repair your car, shop some more, and then head with your family to Legoland Day with a discounted ticket to celebrate and support our wonderful schools. It was pretty awesome. So the week's project was never designed to solve, obviously, the whole financial problem facing our schools. What this project really did was brought in awareness and an opportunity for our schools, for Carlsbad Educational Foundation, and for our little CUSD Parent Community Budget Task Force. That's what we ended up calling ourselves. This project was like a springboard for our little group, and our volunteers were later asked to present to some of our bigger corporate partners in Carlsbad, which was amazing. We held an educational forum to talk to our partners and educate them about the situation facing our schools. More local business partners started to call our foundation wanting to get involved and help our schools. It also deepened my commitment to our schools. I applied and was appointed to the open spot on our school board this past September, and I'm so honored and excited to now be serving our community in this way. In closing, I would say that whatever motivation brought you here today, the need, the desire, the drive to want to make change, Answer that call. We are so fortunate to live in a city where we have access to many people who are proud of Carlsbad. It is certainly easier to sit back and expect things to come to you, but it is a whole lot more gratifying to see a need, think about a possible solution, grab some friends or a neighbor, and just get started. The truth is, we all benefit in big and small ways from people like you who decide to take that first step. Thank you.